Since the budget was presented, there's been a lot of talk about critics downplaying the importance of balanced budget. Are you surprised?
Well, you know, Justin Trudeau says the budget will balance itself. And,
surprise, surprise, it's
right.
magic.
Yes, exactly. And, you know, anybody who's worked hard to balance a family budget can tell you that's not how it works. But Prime Minister Harper balanced Canada's budget, which means he can now help families balance their budgets. We now have the fiscal strength to give people the family tax cut and the increased universal child care benefits. That means that families will be able to, couples will be able to split their income to save up to $2,000. The universal child care payments will give each family $2,000 for every child under 6 and $720 for children 6 through 17. So we're putting money directly in the pockets of moms and dads who then can use it to raise their kids. This is great news for Canadians.
Absolutely. As a mother of 2 children.
Really? How old are your kids?
They are 9 and 11.
9 and 11. Well,
yes.
You will be getting about $1,400. You'll be getting $1,440 under the universal child care benefit,
which we didn't have in the last few years.
That's right, because your children would have been too old. But they will you'll receive your first check in July on the 20th, and it will be for $420 times 2. So you'll get $840 on July 20th. That will be your first payment, and it will cover the months from January to July.
There's also a new thing that I find very interesting in the budget, training. Tell us about it.
Well, we need to train 1 million workers for over the next 7 years to fill skilled jobs. So, you know, we realize that we don't just need people who wear ties every day at work. We need plumbers, electricians, carpenters, and other skilled tradespeople. So Prime Minister Harper created the Canada Apprenticeship Grant, $4,000 to help young people study to get a license in these high-demand trades, Red Seal trades. That gives them the ability to work anywhere in Canada, and they're very successful. 80% of their time is spent on-the-job training. The other 20% is in the classroom. They can earn a lot of money even during their apprenticeship. We've also brought in the job grant, which gives $10,000 for training to an employer who wants to train a future employee. So the employer can say, I want to train John, and I'm going to give him a background training in a new IT technology. I'm going to use the money from the Harper government to do it, but I commit that I'll provide him with a job once the training is done. So this Canada Job Grant has already gone to 90,000 Ontario trainees, young people training for jobs. And the results have been fantastic. So our job creation plan is training, trade, and tax cuts. And so far it's created 1.2 million net new jobs total.
20 years ago, I'm already a member of the seniors community in Ottawa.
You're a member of the
yes.
seniors? Well, that's very strange.
It is, isn't it? So what can you tell about the senior members of our community in Canada?
Well,
what do we have for them?
There's some great news, actually. We brought in 3 important tax reduction measures for seniors. So first, we've doubled the tax-free savings accounts to $10,000. That means that people can put aside up to $10,000 every single year, and all of the interest, capital gains, and dividends on those savings are tax-free. So a lot of seniors use it. The majority of people who use these are, in fact, seniors, and this is a big tax cut for them. Secondly, we have reduced the amount of money they have to mandatorily remove from their RIFs every year, so they can keep their savings in a tax-sheltered, registered retirement income fund longer, rather than having to pull it out as quickly. And then finally, we've got a new home renovation tax credit specifically for seniors who need wheelchair ramps, wheelchair elevators, and other adjustments to their homes that will help them get around and continue to stay in their homes.
Finally, I think I just would like to ask this. This is my first interview with
Yes.
you, since you assumed this huge portfolio in addition to what you had been doing already. So how are you?
Well, I'm very busy, Regina. We're spending a lot of time on briefing notes and learning and traveling and meeting with young workers who are training for the next generation of jobs. We're talking with parents about how we can get them signed up for that universal child care benefit that the Prime Minister is offering. So I'm working on those files that I'm most passionate about, and my goals are family, jobs, and communities, I think the Prime Minister is delivering for all three.
When we say Minister Pierre Poilievre, what are the causes you champion?
Well, first and foremost is putting money directly in the pockets of moms and dads. The Liberals and the NDP want to raise taxes on parents and spend all that money on government bureaucracies. I believe that we should take that money and give it directly to parents through lower taxes and increased benefits. Secondly, I want a low tax economy, particularly for small business. The small business people create the most of the jobs in this country, and I was very thrilled to see that we reduced business taxes. The biggest tax cut for small business in 25 years was in Prime Minister Harper's budget yesterday, and that's great for jobs.
Thank you very much for your time.